All you need for an unforgettable day? An adventure. A challenge that seems impossible to others. 3.8 kilometers swimming. 180 kilometers cycling. Running a marathon. You need passion, stamina, a strong will, and the support of the spectators. Welcome to the biggest triathlon event in the world. This is DATEV Challenge Roth 2017. Sunday morning at 5 a.m. The transition at the Main-Donau Canal. Even before the sun rises, athletes are getting ready for their big day. Inflating tires, fixing their nutrition, and the final check of the bike. The nerves and tension of age group athletes and pros alike is buzzing, and all eyes are focusing on one athlete.
Welcome to DATEV Challenge Roth.
Hello, I'm Daniela Rief, 30 years and from Switzerland, and I'm the defending champion in Roth. Daniela Rief is back at the place of her triumph. Last year, the two-time Ironman world champion completed her trophy collection and instantly enjoyed the winner's dance in her first start in Roth. This was all spontaneous. I ran in and the music was kinda cool and the spectators were going crazy. It was like an adrenaline rush I felt, and that's how I ended up showing the bird dance. It was a very special moment, and if I can repeat this dance this year, then it's really been a good race. Rief's motivation? The perfect race. The Swiss lady has won all big titles in long-distance triathlon, and her current goal is to attack the world record time and become the fastest female long-distance triathlete in the world. For me, it's about finding out how fast I can be. The 8 hours 18 is a time that fascinates me. I will simply try to deliver a good race and to go out and fly. In a race like this, a lot can happen, and I'm excited myself to see where race day will get me in the end. Her preparation for Roth? Less than ideal. Rief had to take a long break caused by a back injury, which makes the record attempt of going under 8 hours 18 and 13 seconds, set by Chrissy Wellington in 2011, even harder.
The records are there to be broken. I own the record for a little while and then someone comes along that is better than I ever was and they take it away, and that's what's amazing about our sport. And I truly hope that she has a fantastic day and that she's healthy and that she's happy and she enjoys it, and if she breaks my record I will be so pleased for her.
I felt how I started feeling a bit funny before the race. The secret is then to stay cool and focus on nothing but yourself. You don't get any time gaps during the race, which means you have to go full gas all throughout the race and yet stay cool, even if you have a bad minute or 10. Words of encouragement by an athlete who knows how to set records. Jan Frodeno himself won Roth last year, setting a new world's fastest time. This time he's a supporter along the course. Will the spectators in Roth experience yet another historic race? Can Daniela Rief beat the world's fastest time? The men's race is seeing multiple race favorites. Niels Fromhold is one of the hopeful German athletes. He knows the feeling of victory in Roth as the winner in 2015. Yeah, the odds are good, but there's also another 5 to 6 athletes who are in for the win as well. That makes it hard to give a proper outcome already. Fortunately, I don't have to guess anymore, as we're only moments from the start. So let's stop talking and let's start doing. This year's VIP number 1 knows how to beat Fromhold. Timo Bracht, winner DATEV Challenge Roth 2014. The 42-year-old is racing in his farewell race in Roth. Yes, Roth has a sheer unbelievable atmosphere. I was standing here at the canal somewhat 20 to 22 years ago and got infected with the long-distance triathlon virus. I'm happy to be writing my final chapter here in Roth today. Dreaming of a win is also last year's second-place Joe Skipper from the UK, the German Maurice Clavel giving his long-distance debut, and last year's 8th place on Hawaii, Bart Arnouds from Belgium. It is time for the start. For the athletes, it will be a day-long fight against competition, the own body, the mind and the clock. It is 6:30 a.m. and the first start group, including all male race favorites, are starting their hunt for the title. The pro ladies are entering the waters 5 minutes later. Daniela Rief with the yellow swim cap is instantly going for the lead. In the men's race, the color yellow is also dictating the speed. Niels Fromholt is showing an early attempt to drop some of the competition. But it's not only long-distance rookie Maurice Clavel, but an entire group staying on his feet. Part of the group is oldie Timo Bracht with the blue cap swimming the 3.8 kilometers in the canal. Now, long-distance debutant Clavel is taking the lead with a short look back at the competition with a quick backstroke. The water temperature is a cozy 22.9 Celsius, allowing wetsuits, which makes for a fast swim. In 48 minutes and 29 seconds, Clavel is first out of the water, with 8 competitors following closely. The race favorites are closely together in transition. The focus now is on a quick transition and not losing time. Impressive the swim by local hero Felix Weiss in the dark green race suit. Even ahead of Niels Fromholt is he running for his bike. Cheered on by thousands of spectators, athletes are sprinting through transition. Transition might be even more important in short distance triathlon, but even on the long distance you can make up some spots with a quick change before heading out onto the bike course. Daniela Rief is flying through the canal. The man in the green swim cap started 5 minutes ahead of her. The Swiss girl is swimming a way faster pace. On her feet, however, is Canada's Heather Wertel with a pink swim cap, saving some valuable energy in the draft. Rief has to do the hard work herself. In the hunt for the world's fastest time, she cannot rely on tactical games. The Hawaii winner is exiting the waters after 3.8 kilometers in first place. Her time, however, not as fast as hoped for. More than 52 minutes, which is 3 minutes slower than Chrissy Wellington in 2011. On a normal day, there are equally strong swimmers. This is the first setback in the record hunt. And now this, the wrong transition back, number 50 instead of 51. Even on an 8-hour day, every second can count. Fortunately, swimming is only the first and the shortest discipline. Only 1/8 of Challenge Roth is done at this point, and the day in the triathlon region Rothsee has just begun. The men are done with the first kilometers on the bike, but drafting is highly forbidden. The rule is clear. Keep a 12-meter gap, don't draft, and yet try to stay with the competition. A major key factor on race day, nutrition. Roughly 80 grams of carbohydrates per hour is an athlete's intake through gels and bars, plus a lot of liquids to hydrate the body. After 70 kilometers, Niels Fromholt has enough of the tactical games. Come on, drop Timo! Hop, come on, hop, hop! His attack on Timo Bracht shortly before the climb to Solarer Berg sits, and then it's straight into the goosebump atmosphere. The steeper the climb, the louder the spectators, the faster the athletes. Tour de France feeling in Hilpoltstein. This is the world's biggest triathlon hotspot. Daniela Ryf is riding a lonely race with full focus on her own performance. The Swiss is in the spectators' focus, cheering her at the hotspot Kalvarienberg with its 10% climb. Ryf's strength in the hunt for the world's fastest time, the bike. Last year she rode 15 minutes faster than Chrissie Wellington in 2011. She has already regained her deficit from this morning's swim. Canada's Heather Wertel, second after the swim, doesn't stand a chance against Ryf on the bike. She's losing more and more ground and later on even receives a penalty for drafting, which in Roth means an additional lap on the run course. With no chance for a podium this day, Wertel will later on drop out of the race after the bike. Because two ladies are getting ready for their move. Yvonne van Vleuten pushing hard. The Flying Dutch Girl is a fan favorite in Roth. She has 7 starts in Roth and 3 wins already. In 2008 she even set a new world's fastest time that was standing until Chrissie Wellington's time in 2011. However, she can't hold on that long for second place. Lara Sedal is passing her. The English lady who only decided to become a professional athlete at the age of 34 after winning 3 world champion titles as an age group athlete. A triumph in Roth this year, however, hard to imagine. Ryf is already 8 minutes ahead of her at this point. Niels Fromhold is already on his second bike leg, and after 90 kilometers the course is getting fuller and fuller. 3,400 individual athletes and 650 relay cyclists are part of this race now. His gap on the chase group around Timo Bracht. The spectators are checking their phones and Fromhold has to ask. Tell me the gaps. What? The gaps? Roughly a minute 20 or so. 1 minute and 20 seconds. A lead, but not a cushy one at the halfway point of the race. In the speedy descent, the leading man is reaching speeds up to 80 kilometers an hour. In 2015, Fromhold won the race thanks to his lead of the bike, and he is applying the same tactic this year. Now Timo Bracht gets to experience as well that the course is filling up around the aid stations. More than 7,000 volunteers are the heart of Challenge Roth, and some of them aren't afraid of a little sprint. And then the shocking moment just before transition 2. Niels Fromhold has crashed in an accident with an age group athlete. Fortunately, neither has any serious injuries and both can get back up. The road rash is hurting, but the true issue for Fromhold is the broken bike. There is no way for him to continue the race.
Ja, beim Überholvorgang war ich in ganze Ecke.
Yeah, when trying to pass, I had some serious excess speed on an older lady, and our handlebars connected, and we both ended on the tarmac. My handlebar's broken, and now my race is over. I'd really love to continue, but there's just no way. Both handlebar and basebar are broken, and we weren't exactly going slow.
Es war ja auch, wir waren nicht ganz so langsam unterwegs, von daher ist da jetzt erstmal nicht viel zu holen.
The bike broken and the dream of another win in Roth ruined. The race is over for Niels Fromhold. Damn, that's not true now. And suddenly another German is in the lead. Maurice Clavel, 29, German mother and French dad, is entering transition in his first ever long distance race in first place. In his bag he has his running shoes and socks, a cap to protect from the sun, sunglasses, a running watch and some nutrition. This is how he goes out onto the run course after the 180-kilometer bike. Roughly 2 minutes behind is Timo Bracht. He rode the fastest bike split of his career and can now dream of a win at his final race on the long distance. However, there's two fast runners not far behind. Bart Anoutes is entering transition in 4th. He ran the 3rd fastest marathon in Hawaii last year, and the 6-minute 44 disadvantage on Clavel seems within reach. Joe Skipper's in 6th after the bike. Last year, he ran the marathon faster than world record holder Jan Frodeno, coming in 2nd in the end. Daniela Ryf is leading a lonely women's race, but she is not alone in her fight against the clock. The Zolarer Berg, with its Tour de France feeling and 40,000 spectators, is the hotspot on the triathlon circuit and trademarked for DATEV Challenge Roth. Ryf's advantage on the chasing ladies at this point roughly 8 kilometers, and all that despite a longer break in training caused by her back injury. After 5 hours 32 minutes, she is leading into transition 2, still 26 seconds ahead of Chrissy Wellington's time in 2011. The record still possible, but Chrissy Wellington was an outstanding runner in her career, and Daniela Ryf will have to run faster than ever before. In the men's race, Maurice Clavel is putting the hammer down. The first segment he is running with an average of below 4 minutes per kilometer. The specialty about the new run course in Roth? The combined support of 17 hotspots and the turnaround points allowing athletes to eye each other again and again on the course. There's no time for Clavel to slow down. Bart Anoutes is coming his way in high speed. Timo Bracht can't keep that pace. The 42-year-old is getting passed by Anoutes and has to bury his dreams of a win at his farewell race. Even the podium is in danger as Joe Skipper has started his hunt and is making up minute by minute. The leading lady is and remains Daniela Ryf. She's running a blistering average of 4 minutes and 9 seconds in the first kilometers along the Main-Donau Canal. Still faster than the standing world best time. If she wants the record, she needs to maintain this pace for another 30 kilometers though. Last year, the Swiss lady lost 13 minutes on the marathon on Chrissy Wellington. The scorching heat is not making it any easier. 32 Celsius is making it ever so more important to cool the body down. Maurice Clavel is paying the price for his early fast pace. He had to risk all and is now swerving through the aid stations. He can't defend his lead anymore. Because Bart Anoutes has stormed past. The Belgian is on the way to the biggest triumph in his career. In the chase group after the swim, 4th off the bike, and now impossible to be stopped. More than 10,000 fans in the Roth finish line stadium are celebrating the 34-year-old. Bart Anoutes wins the DATEV Challenge Roth 2017. It is the first time that Anoutes stays under the magic 8-hour mark. 7 hours, 59 minutes and 7 seconds, thanks to the fastest marathon of the day. There were so many strong athletes at the start that Anoutes can't quite believe what just happened.
Nur ein Wort, das ist Wahnsinn, Wahnsinn. Yeah, it's crazy, it's unbelievable. I was maybe dreaming about this, but I didn't expect it at all.
While Anoutes can enjoy some cooling down at the finish, the heat is on the run course. Joe Skipper has run up to Maurice Clavel and is making his move into second. Clavel can stay with the pace and gets instantly dropped. Joe Skipper is repeating his second place from last year thanks to a blistering marathon. Clavel is fighting all the way to the finish line and is celebrating with big emotions to place third in his Roth debut. And it's getting even more emotional. Timo Bracht is on the final kilometers of his impressive long-distance career. Start number 1 gets celebrated like he just won the race. A medal for 4th place in his farewell race. All I can say is thank you. Thanks Roth. Thanks to the fans and the volunteers, and especially thanks to my family. I love you. Daniela Ryf is fighting, pushed by world record holder Jan Frodeno along the run course. She can't keep the high pace up though, and the world record time won't be broken for now. In the end, she's missing it by 22 minutes. The long period without training and preparation, it's showing its mark. Ryf is gritting her teeth and even had to walk at times. Project defending the title, however, was never in danger at DATEV Challenge Roth, and she even has the energy to show her bird dance at the finish line. After 8 hours, 40 minutes and 3 seconds, Daniela Ryf is winning the ladies' race yet again. Yeah, I'm very happy. It was a really tough race. I think I've never really suffered as much as towards the end here. I was really hoping my legs can carry me across the finish line. It was crazy how the people pushed me in the early stages of the run, and in the end I paid a bit for the high pace. My form wasn't entirely where it needed to be, but record or not, the atmosphere is what makes this race so special. 11 minutes later, Laura Sedal is finishing Challenge Roth in 2nd place. Empty but happy, with Lisa Roberts from the United States rounding up the podium thanks to the fastest ladies marathon of the day. What you need for an unforgettable day? It is the success stories of 3,170 finishers, 351 relays at the finish line, and more than 260,000 fans along the course. Not just the professionals, everybody is a winner at the biggest triathlon event in the world, the DATEV Challenge Roth 2017.